DRG Kids.
Story: The Magical Rose and a Magician. There was a village named Annathpur, where an old grandma stayed with her grandson, Pintu, in a very dilapidated hut. Pintu did not have his mother or father, and that is why Pintu lived with his old grandma. Due to old age, grandma walked with a slight bent. In order to feed herself and Pintu, Granny used to wash utensils at other houses. Sometimes she would harvest rice and wheat on others' farms to earn extra money. Pintu also helped others in their shops in order to help his grandma.
Grandma, when will our poverty end?
My son, everything is destiny.
Every night, Grandma told Pintu stories of fairies and got him to sleep. And she cried the whole night herself.
God, what mistake did I make for which you are punishing me like this? You have taken away my son and daughter-in-law long back. Now these old bones do not have so much of energy to take care of my grandson.
This way, days kept passing by. When Grandma was upset, Pintu made her smile. And when Pintu was sad, Grandma would make him smile. Grandma was worried as to what would happen to Pintu after she passed away. One day, a magician comes to that village.
The magician has arrived to show you his tricks.
He goes to each lane and showed his tricks and took money for his acts. When he comes near Pintu's house, he says,
Oh ho! The magician has arrived to show you his tricks, to show his magic tricks. Is anyone there? Is anyone there at home?
Grandma comes out.
Oh, my dear son, do not show us your magic tricks. We cannot give you anything. We are very poor, son.
At that moment, Pintu comes out and says,
Magician uncle, we cannot pay you any money. Please go somewhere else, uncle.
The magician becomes sad. Then he smiles and says,
Okay. Give me some water at least, son.
Pintu gets him some water. After drinking the water, the magician says,
Granny, I have got to know everything. Don't worry, I have the solution to all your problems.
What is the solution, son?
Please do not say anything. When God cannot take our poverty away, then what could you do?
Son, I'm not God, but I can help you a little.
And what if you can't help then?
Then I will never perform magic and show it to anyone ever again in my life.
Pintu, keep quiet. You talk a lot.
Grandma is looking at Pintu with angry eyes.
No, Grandma, I'm telling you the truth. If I am unable to help you, then I will never again perform magic in front of anyone.
Dear son, please don't mind. He's just a child.
The magician laughs and says,
No, Grandma, I did not mind at all.
The magician calls Pintu.
Son, what is your name?
It's Pintu.
Well, Pintu, from tomorrow onwards, you have to do a task.
The magician makes an orange rose appears from his magic wand.
I have never seen an orange-colored rose ever.
Grandma also sees it.
Son, what is this?
The magician says, Grandma,
Grandma, tomorrow when you are about to start any work, just keep this rose at the place of your work and start work after that.
Then what will happen, son?
If you keep this flower there, all your belongings will increase. Like if you keep this in front of rice or wheat, then that will increase.
Having says this, the magician leaves from there smiling. The whole night, Grandma and Pintu keeps remembering what the magician says and wonders if it was true. Both of them keep discussing about this the whole night.
Grandma, was the magician really telling the truth?
Son, even I don't know whether he was being honest or not. Whatever will happen with the will of God. Now come on. Go off to sleep.
Okay, Grandma. We'll see in the morning.
The next day, Grandma wakes up early and she's about to pick up the broom when Pintu stops her.
Grandma, do not pick up the broom.
Oh, yes. You are absolutely right, son.
Pintu tells to Grandma.
Grandma, the saris that my father used to sell, how many among them are left now?
Only 2 are left, dear.
Okay, Grandma, please bring it here.
Okay, yes, I'm bringing it, yes.
Grandma brings the saris. Pintu tells to Grandma.
Grandma, first let us keep that orange rose on top of these saris and then we'll count the saris.
Okay, you are absolutely right.
Grandma keeps the rose flower on top of the saris, and within minutes, a lot of saris appears. Both of them starts counting the saris.
Grandma, this is a miracle. There are so many saris here. Now we won't be poor anymore.
Yes, my dear son. What you are saying is absolutely right.
Grandma and Pintu made a few bundles with the saris, keeping them aside. They kept the rose on a bag of money. Within seconds, the bags of money multiplied. This way, both of them had a lot of money and numerous saris.
Grandma, now we will open a store for these saris.
Both of them opened up a huge sari shop. Very soon, they had everything they needed. Now they were no more poor. Mahesh, who was Grandma's neighbor, is very jealous of their success.
God knows what the magician saw in these people. And he changed their future forever and left.
His wife Sudha says,
The magician had come to our door also, but you shooed him off. If you had not done this, then instead of that old woman, we would have had a beautiful big house today.
You do not worry. This grandma-grandson duo have already got more than what they deserve. Now it's our turn, Sudha.
How is that?
At night, we will steal the orange rose, because of which the old woman has got all the money, alright?
Mahesh and Sudha enters the house when Grandma and Pintu are fast asleep. And they steal the rose which is kept on the table. And then they take it home.
See, Sudha, look at this. This rose is the key to our fate. Now we will have a bigger house than this old woman. A few days ago, this woman lived in a hut. But now, I really cannot tolerate her happiness, Sudha.
Me too. If I could, I would make these two leave this village right away.
Mahesh and Sudha waits for the morning eagerly. Then it's morning.
Come on, let's go and see the miracles of this rose flower.
Both of them bring the flower near the safe box and they keep it there. But what is this? Their nose gets cut off when they keep the rose on this safe box. Both of them start screaming.
Oh no! Oh my god! My nose! How did this get cut? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh God, how did this happen? Now what do we do?
Then suddenly the rose starts talking.
Horrible people! If you do not return me to Grandma's house, then I will cut your legs, hands, ears, and everything. Do you get that?
No. We will take you there right away.
Mahesh and Sudha go running to Grandma and Pintu's house with the flower. And then they tell them everything.
Please forgive us, Grandma. I'm sorry we wished you ill. We have got the punishment for our deed.
Grandma tells the rose to fix Mahesh and Sudha's nose. Both of their noses get back to normal. And then they leave from there. Days passes by. One day, the same magician comes back there. This time, there was no hut there. Instead, there was a big and beautiful concrete house.
Oh ho! The magician has arrived to show you his tricks, to show you his magic.
Hearing his voice, Pintu comes running outside. He has tears in his eyes.
Why are you standing outside? Please come in.
The magician smiles and he says,
Son Pintu, you're happy now, right?
Whatever we have today is all because of you. I seek your forgiveness for that day's mistake.
By then, Grandma also comes out too. She tells the magician,
Son, come Come inside. Today, I will not allow you to go till you eat here. Yeah, I won't let you go.
The magician makes Grandma stop crying. He then holds her hand and goes inside the house. Grandma serves him food with a lot of love.
Son, I don't know who you really are. People call you a magician. But for us, you are God. God.
The magician smiles and then he disappears.